Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. As always, I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We're going to go straight to disclaimers and trigger warnings. Be prepared because we have to repeat ourselves again. If you're unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, pertinent links are going to be right there in the description box for you, along with what I'm hoping, helpful little labels so you know what you're clicking on. Just in case you would like to deep dive in regards to the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center on your own, and we definitely welcome you to do so anytime. Trigger warnings. We do have this channel marked not for kids for a reason. First off, when we speak on subjects such as the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center or Agape Boarding School for Boys, you are going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips or surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. The other reason is we actually do use profanity. So if your child's 16 and younger and they watch the channel, parental supervision is very much advised. Alright, so what we're going to notice here is the fact that this is another bullet point that says the exact same thing as the previous bullet point that we went through yesterday, just with a few more words thrown in, which means I have to do the utterly distasteful and annoying task of repeating myself again while the JRC continues to play dodge and weave with any challenges in regards to their so-called treatment and never answering anything. We get word salad that isn't even relevant to the conversation at hand, and then they walk off as though they said something. So, let me show you what I mean. Next bullet point, the FDA understates the severity and risk of the self-injurious and abusive behaviors for which ESDs are employed by the JRC and the permanent injuries those behaviors can cause in order to diminish the benefit that the ESDs provide to this incredibly difficult to treat population. You literally just said the same exact thing in the previous bullet point. The FDA has held proponents of ESDs to evidentiary standards not applied to other devices and ignored the substantial body of evidence demonstrating the safety and effectiveness of ESDs to treat this refractory population. You essentially made the same statement again. Allow me to do the same. Nobody is understating the severity and risk of self-injurious and abusive behaviors, JRC. That is not what's going on here. All of us are aware of the type of risks those behaviors actually pose. Matter of fact, I'm doubly aware. A, because I am an autistic woman. And when I was an autistic little Tiffany, I engaged in those behaviors at a far greater frequency than you would ever find coming out of me now. Okay? And I'm very well aware of exactly how many close calls I have had in regards to where those behaviors have led me. And I know how extremely lucky I am that I was actually able to make it to see age 40. So I am very aware of it on a personal level, and I've also worked in this field okay? I have seen with my own eyeballs what happens when those behaviors go untreated. I've been in hospital rooms. I have been in small little medical units kept within certain group homes and residential facilities. For the love of God, I have actually helped train hospital staff from both Cox and Mercy hospitals on how to properly deal with us when we are engaging in those types of behaviors and we are under their care. Believe me, Karen, when I tell you, I am very aware of the risks. The FDA is aware of the risks. The entirety of the goddamn medical model from all over the world are very aware of the risks. Please, for the love of God, stop the gaslighting bullshit. We're not understating anything. What we are telling you is that you don't get to use that as a bludgeon to hit all of us over the head with when you are shooting voltage into young, vulnerable, disabled kids on a repeated basis, that your lowest setting is 3 times more powerful than a police taser used on an over 250-pound muscle-bound man high on PCP when getting hit with a stun gun. Yes, I know that was oddly specific. When I say I am lucky to still be here, you have no idea. You have no idea. If it weren't my life, y'all would swear it was a weird fan fiction with a self-inserted Mary Sue. That's how bizarre some of it has been, but that's not the point. Every last one of us are well aware of the risks. What we are telling you is that you don't then get to come in and use your excruciatingly painful device upon us and cause second and third degree burns, loss of feeling in certain areas where the electrodes have been attached, to shock someone who is at your complete mercy 31 times over a 7-hour period, or 71 times each, like you did in 2006, and just expect people to take it, because what you're trying to do is sell that the behaviors that they are engaging in is more dangerous than the violence that you are inflicting upon them, because you are inflicting pain upon them from the stance of being a medical provider. No, Karen. Abuse is abuse is abuse is abuse. Torture is torture is torture is torture. It doesn't matter whether I'm the one that is abusing me and causing those very dangerous injuries, or if it is you abusing me, causing me some very scary, dangerous injuries. It's still abuse. It's still torture. And you can't use those more troubling behaviors as a stick to bludgeon every challenger with, while ignoring the damage that your own device causes the individuals that you force it upon. You keep ignoring, it's just a red bump, it's lies, here are pictures, it's lies. Show them video surveillance footage, it's obviously lies. You continue to show them everything they do, but you don't understand it's not what it looks like. Really? Really? Because in the scenario I just laid out, regardless of what is happening, the individual involved is getting abused and is being harmed. It doesn't make it better just because one is done in the name of medicine. Okay? But it's the benefit it could provide to these. It stops the behaviors by you replacing the types of injuries that comes from the behaviors with the type of injuries that comes from someone who is misusing a conduit for electricity to intentionally cause physical harm and pain on a human being, and they expect to get away with it, and for you to agree with them because it's being done in the name of medicine. An injury is an injury. And the injuries that come from that device are every bit of goddamn dangerous as the ones that we have inflicted upon ourselves. What is there not to understand there? But the benefit is they stop the behaviors. They're still being abused, Karen. They are still being harmed. Like, seriously, what is there not to get? Nobody is understating the risks of what those behaviors pose. What you are doing, JRC, is constantly minimalizing the damage that you cause. You minimize the damage of the injuries your device has caused. Not at risk of, has already caused. And no, calling it medicine does not suddenly mean it's magically not abuse or torture anymore. Okay? I mean, I know you went to, Dr. Joseph Mengele's School of Medicine, but the rest of us sane individuals did not. And you can call it medicine all you want to, but the real world sees it for what it actually is. And that is why you are actually used as a cautionary tale for just about anyone who gets into and begins working in this field. Now, on that note, folks, we're going to go ahead and close it out for this one. We don't get very many views on this channel, and the few we do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, if you could, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and please don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time, and as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. I will see you all in a little bit. Bye, everyone.